a penalty. His pace took him in and bundled into the player, but to give him a yellow card for diving, I suppose he did make a meal of it. Graham Barber certainly wasn't a penalty, and certainly the referee thought he did exaggerate it and say he's given the yellow card. When you see it on the replay, you could actually, I think, give the referee some support on that situation.
Well, Paul Jones, just for a split second, I thought might have to face a penalty having just come on, but it wasn't, and Henry is booked for gamesmanship. Now then, Marsden, and he's got Ormerod to his left. Beattie's coming in from this side. Southampton are not out of this yet by a long, long way. This is Bridge. Well, they've still got a lot of hope. Marsden, Oakley. Beattie won't get that. It'll float out on this side, I think. Well, at least Cole will try to get it away. Telfer. Oh, no, it hasn't. This is Anders Svensson. And Marsden wins the challenge. Anders Svensson again. Arsenal have a man injured now. Ormerod for Southampton. It's Ray Parlour who's down.
Yeah, that one was a challenge by Mars, and I think Ray Parlour just got caught. In the end, the shot from Ormerod went out by a throw-in, but I think it was an offside decision. That's the one they actually both checked out of it. It's a bit strange to see where Ray Parlour actually got hurt too much there. Look, they've forgot the ball, and it looked as if Ray Parlour caught the shit of Marsden, but he's actually come worst out of it.
Well, but they don't want to get Parlour injured, really, because he's the only man who can really play that Vieira role, although I suppose, just looking at the subs, Van Bronckhorst is a possibility if needed.
Yeah, you wouldn't want him off because he's certainly physical, strong presence in that midfield area.
I understand, Trevor, that Niemi has torn a calf muscle.
Well, I mean, it's a bad enough injury. I just prefer to hear it's a calf muscle than an Achilles, because it could have only been one of the two. So, he'll get over the calf muscle. It's just trying to use the extra power getting underneath the ball, and he's obviously just felt a pain shoot through it.
Ray Parlour is trotting off on the far side, presumably to come back on. So Arsenal are just one short for a moment anyway. Bergkamp heads on. Parlour still waiting for the referee's signal. Perez to Bergkamp. There's a free kick given, and still Gary Lewin is waving frantically to get Parlour back on the pitch. I don't think Graham Barber's noticed him.
I think Perez is just bringing his attention. Look, by the way, having looked at that, 20 minutes now, I do think, I mean, it is a gamble, but I do think perhaps the Tess and Fernandes pairing have to be thought about now, because although they're still fighting hard, they're not creating that opening that you need to get level.
That's right. Here's Perez. This is Gilberto. He's got opportunity to get the play going down the right now, because Lawrence's got Lundberg over there. This is usually around the time of the second half when managers think about substitutions. Well, you should know, Trevor, you were making them last week.
I mean, they've lost one to a goalkeeper, which is unfortunate. So you can say, well, should you use others, quickly? But I think he needs to make the change. Although the side's still looking solid. The second goal, it'll be beyond them. But the more the minutes tick away, they've got to take a gamble at some stage.
Here's Bridge. And that was on by Beattie as a flag up for offside against Ormerod. Thierry Henry back to Luzhny. Parlour now in the heart of the action again. Henry. Away from one, away from two. He's got Ashley Cole in support here. Little ricochet gives Arsenal a corner. Martin Keown on his way forward. Oleg Luzhny up as well. And Gilberto. Henry to take. Oh, and Lundberg was on the line with Paul Jones, who punched it away, back by Bergkamp. I can see a bit of activity over on that far side behind Gordon Strachan. It heralds a Southampton substitution, I think, any minute. But here's Telfer. Ormrod's in the centre, so is Beattie.
As well away Luzhny. I've got to say, Luzhny up to now has been excellent for Arsenal.
Here's Bridge. Marsden. Bridge goes again. Good chance here perhaps for a cross. Beattie's on the near post. And Arsenal, well, they got it away, but in fact it was out before Lundberg put it down the line.
And Gordon Strachan volleys it back there.
Now there's going to be a change. Southampton bench.
Looks like Tessem, is it?
Anders Svensson is coming off.
Number 12, Anders Svensson is 21.
And as we thought, Joe Tessem, who scored against Tottenham in round 3 and Norwich in round 5, and in the 6-1 defeat at Highbury as a footnote, comes on now. He can cause a little bit of unrest, Joe Tessem, because he usually comes from a deep position.
He's good in the air as well, John.
Yes, he is. Bridge. Good tackle by Parler, that, and Wayne Bridge having to retrace his steps very quickly. Lundekvam to Baird. Now it's Telfer. Did well to get the cross in. Marsden's in there. This is Tessem! Oh, it struck Lauren. He could have scored with his first touch. That would have been another little piece of cup final history, because the fastest goal by a substitute, to my recollection, was Teddy Sheringham in 96 seconds for Manchester United against Newcastle. That could have been Joe Tessem in less than that.
It was on his left foot. His shot, it was a good chance, but he dragged the shot. He would have gone across the face of the goal, but he will push forward. He looks to be going a little bit wider left. Marsden's come in the centre more with Oakley, so they're still keeping the 4-4-2 shape, but Tessem will move forward from that wide left position more and more, I'm sure.
This is Luzhny. Arsenal themselves will make a change shortly. I think we're going to see Wiltord. Oh, now then, Marsden, the captain, in trouble. This is a tackle on Perez. Well, he's gone right through there, Marsden. He's going to get a yellow card.
A number of people get booked with Perez because he just invites the challenge and just flicks it away, and so often he's brought down like that.
That's 5 yellows, by the way. Today, 3 for Southampton, 2 for Arsenal.
Substitution for Arsenal, replacing number 10.
Well, Dennis Bergkamp will go off.
It's number 11.
34 tomorrow, the Dutchman. And he will be replaced by Sylvain Wiltord, the FA Cup specialist for Arsenal. 10 goals in 19 games in this competition.
Well, it's a straight swap as well. Bergkamp's had an influence, definitely. Still, delightful mind he's got, and very creative. Wiltord will be further up with Henry, so might give Southampton a little bit more of a problem with 2 strikers further up the field.
Well, he may. We shall see in the remaining time. Can Southampton force extra time? This is Henry. Wiltord has gone right to left. Lundberg's coming in far side. This is Parler. 4 in the middle for Arsenal now. Parler couldn't shake off Tessem, but he's got a free kick out of it. Keown's there again. Luzhny's coming up behind him. the substitute goalkeeper not really troubled there, Paul Jones.
He's done well though since coming on. A couple of good punches, good catch there. They're showing his experience.
Good long kick by the goalkeeper, and Beattie couldn't make it, but Telfer might.
He's got the throw in. Ashley Cole did very well because it went over his head, and he just then managed to lunge out and make a challenge, and it ricocheted off Telfer. But certainly Telfer's got to push forward more and more this side.
The holders still have the lead. 78 minutes gone in the cup final. But Southampton have kept up their work rate, as we knew they would. And here comes Marsden. Touch off to Ormerod, now Tessem. Beattie's waiting in the centre, this is Bridge. Tessem again. And Bridge. Broken down, which is where Arsenal can possibly hit them. Wiltord on the break. Gordon Strachan retrieving the ball. But can Southampton retrieve parity in this final? Time is against them. Here's Henry, he's against them as well. You made the point about Luzhny, and he proved it again there. Parler. Henry, early ball to Lauren, now it's Lundberg. I think he wanted a bit more support there, he's got it in the end behind him from Keogh, and this is Gilberto. There might be a few tired legs out there now on this surface. This is one man who won't be tired, he's just come on, it's Wiltord to Perez. Now Ashley Cole. And he's found Henry.
Well done Lundberg, because he was a little bit exposed there when Cole played it into Henry. But you see, as he goes past him on the outside, he'll just lean into him. Just leans into him, knocks him a little bit off balance, and then he can't get his left foot round it as Jones comes out. So good defended.
It's ironic that Henry should have been booked for allegedly diving when in the first minute he could have gone down and he didn't. Anyway, here's Telfer. Oh, Martin Keown's got to pay attention to Ormerod. Those massed ranks of Saints supporters behind that goal still keeping their hopes alive. Michael Svensson has come forward. Two Arsenal men jumping. This is Baird.
And it was Keown who got the header. Keown, who had his one or two injury doubts over the last 2 or 3 weeks himself, but without Campbell it was essential he's played, and he's done well also alongside Luzhny. I'm sure done a lot of talking to him. Well, there they are, just wondering whether there's a little sting in the tail for themselves in the last few minutes.
Well, he doesn't think so, but there will be those that do. Referee Barber's telling Seaman not to waste time. Now then, Luzhny is pursued here. Ormrod's coming in on the other side of him. Well, I have to say, you called it early, Trevor, that Luzhny has exceeded expectations in that position.
I've got to say, he's close to being a man of the match, I think, with his contribution.
34-year-old Ukrainian. Here's Perez. Henry. Beattie. Play on, says Graham Barber. Henry again. Trying to thread it through to Wiltord, who was offside, but there was no need to stop the game. Well, Jones wants to get as much length on this as he can. It's going to go down towards Tessum, whose header inside might find Ormerod here. Ormerod! Oh, what a save!
What a save. That was great.
David SEAMAN, whose save in the semi-final has gone down in, well, folklore really. Look at this from Ormerod.
Well, whether he controlled it with his hand or not, it was an instinctive early shot, and SEAMAN had to make a great reaction save.
And it's a very crowded penalty area now. BT Tessum and Michael Svensson lined up, and Lundekvam. That's Michael Svensson. Well, David SEAMAN, the captain today, with his future still somewhat undecided, makes a save here to keep Arsenal in the lead, and goodness, that was flying above him into the roof of the net.
Well, it was instinctive, wasn't it? Good reactions, however old you are, they don't go away, yeah, could easily have been passed into the net before he'd moved, and terrific save.
A reminder to those in front of him that the game is not won yet. Arsenal are 6 minutes plus stoppage time away from keeping their hold on the FA Cup, but Southampton are stretching them. BT tried to get the flick on. Joe Tessum. Now Keown to Parlour. And don't forget what happened 2 years ago to Arsenal when they were in this position. Tessum again. Perez has to make the tackle. Lundberg. Can he find Perez? No. $73,726 people. The Millennium Stadium in Cardiff full to capacity for its third English FA Cup final. Pat Rice having a point to make there, the Arsenal coach. Maybe a late fling here by Gordon Strachan. Fabrice Fernandes getting ready. This is Henry to Tessum. Oh, it's gone to Tessum. This is Henry. Parlour got caught in... Oh, Tessum's penalised. Fabrice Fernandes, who was very upset about being left out today by Gordon Strachan. He's played nearly the whole season. He's going to come on for the youngster who gets a terrific round of applause, 21-year-old Chris Baird. He's certainly done himself a power of good today in his second senior game, or senior start, and on comes Fernandes. Now, he is a left-footed player who normally, for Southampton, operates on the right.
Yeah, he's, I mean, Telford goes to right back. Baird, as you say, has done excellent, but they've got to gamble, and Fernandes on this right side of midfield is an excellent crosser and creator.
Wiltord for Arsenal. Takes on Michael Svensson. And Paul Jones kicked there rather misdirected. Oh, and Luzhny will get the throw there. So, the Saints have got 3 minutes and stoppage time to come marching in. Otherwise, Arsenal are striding towards their 9th FA Cup success. This is Parlour. Lauren and Lundberg. Gilberto. That came off Telfer. There's the injured goalkeeper, who can only sit and watch and wonder now. His replacement has just kicked the ball 3/4 of the length of the field. This is Michael Svensson to Marsden. And Fernandez, having just come on, isn't quite in touch with the game. Perez, the man whose goal at the moment stands to win the FA Cup. Lundberg. Henry got Lundekvam to beat, and Michael Svensson. Oh, deflection, and good save, Paul Jones.
Well, the deflection off Lundekvam took it back towards the goal. The initial shot, I think, was going to cross the face of it. There he does, he lines himself up. I think you'll see he was going to go across the face of the goal, hits the leg, and then that would have taken it towards that far corner. So good save by Paul Jones.
Neither Keown, as you see the Henry shot again, neither Keown nor Luzhny are coming forward this time. Arsenal are taking their time over the corner. They're going to play a short one, I think, Henry and Perez. And in the 89th minute, Thierry Henry is having a private game by the corner flag.
Frustrating, but every manager will tell their team to do the same thing.
Well, there will be 4 minutes added, largely because of the Niemi injury. So there's a bit of time yet. This is Henry. Oh, he's kept that in. Oh, Perez. Bit of a conjuring trick there by the Frenchman. This is Gilberto. Lauren to Wiltord. Parler.
Great possession at the moment.
Every pass being cheered by the left-hand end. This is Lundberg. Gilberto to Perez. Henry is standing hands on hips on the left wing at the moment. Lundberg. Little step over. Southampton can't get the ball.
How long have Arsenal had it?
Ages. It's still with them with Gilberto.
The fourth official has indicated there'll be a minimum of 4 minutes additional time.
Thierry Henry.
4 minutes.
And at last Southampton get it back.
Only with a foul, and that was amazing. It had to be at least a minute and a half. All started when Henry kept the ball right in that corner, and suddenly they spread it across the pitch, and huge frustration for Southampton.
Many years ago on Match of the Day, Leeds teased Southampton, but then they were 7-0 up, a bit different from that. Anyway, those older viewers will remember that. Here's Perez. Marsden gets his challenge in.
Southampton just haven't got in the Arsenal half for about 3 or 4 minutes.
Well, they're going to force extra time now. They're going to have to get there quite quickly. Cole to Perez. Arsenal throw. Oh, and Gilberto was lucky there. I thought he was going to lose it to Marsden. Parler, the long ball out to Wiltord. Michael Svensson clatters in, free kick.
And still cannot get possession in the Arsenal half.
Yellow card, Michael Svensson. That's 4 Southampton players who are on yellows, 2 Arsenal.
That's purely a reflection on the fact they just haven't seen the ball for 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, he's going to move it on 10 yards because of the descent. Which is all in Arsenal's favour in terms of the clock. Celebrations have started at the left-hand end, and on the far side, there's Thierry Henry. Oh, the referee wants that retaken. Marsden's getting very cross.
Well, if they take it into the corner, I think somebody's going to get a rap on the shin pads.
Well, finally, Freddie Ljungberg has put the ball down. Henry is standing with him. Parler is behind them. And eventually we're going to get a free kick taken. This is Parler. Well, according to the referee's watch, there is a minute of stoppage time still to be played here in the two. Oh, there's a, oh dear me, supporter having to be restrained there by a very alert security staff. Don't really need that. Perez goes down. Graham Barber has given the free kick. Well, Southampton are ending this match frustrated, aren't they, Trevor?
Well, we had 3 minutes leading up to the end of the 90, and we're now into, you know, the fourth minute. So it's sometimes something like 6 minutes, at least 7 minutes, where Arsenal have had it right out that end, and just Southampton haven't even got into the opposition half to try and get that equaliser. Total frustration.
Well, Marsden, the captain, is leading the... well, he's smiling now. He was leading the complaints a minute ago. Now it all goes back to the corner flag again. It's not the tidiest end to a cup final you'll ever see, this. It's a goal kick, and the stoppage time that we were told about has elapsed. But the header on here means that, oh, that was an important challenge, and, well, what's going to happen here? Southampton have one last chance, it would seem.
One last chance.
Oakley with the throw. Beattie hovering. Arsenal jumping. Header out by Perez, not very far. Not by Henry either. Oh, and Ormerod tried to get it. It's a corner. Well, how long is Graham Barber going to play? We're in the 95th minute.
Perhaps he thought time wasted and he added it on.
That's what he's given. Now, can Southampton equalise in the last seconds? Marsden on the goal line. Jones is up. Everybody's up. Beattie goes in. Oh, what happened? Ashley Cole was on the line.
It's another corner, but it was Ashley Cole on the line. Not sure if it was going to hit the post or just miss. But this is the one. Gets up the header. No, that was going to creep in.
Has that clearance by Ashley Cole won the cup for Arsenal? Or can Southampton score from a still-to-be-taken corner? In comes Joe Tessevin. Seaman was in trouble. And they've somehow hooked the ball out, and the referee goes to the whistle. And Arsenal have retained the FA Cup. The first club to do so since 1982, when it was done by their North London neighbours Tottenham. They've won the trophy for the 9th time in their 16th final, and they've won it after a breathless finish, but they've won it with a goal by Robert Perez after 38 minutes of the first half. And now the jubilation can begin for the North London